So with us this morning here in the auditorium, we have our 10th grade class, our 9th, 11th, and 12th grade students are in session one watching the keynote speaker remotely. But before we start, I want to take an opportunity to introduce our keynote speaker, Dr. Mark Montgomery. He was born and raised in Bridgewater, New York. He and his 6 siblings grew up on welfare. He graduated from Mount Markham as a D student that ranked 112 out of 126 students. Most of his life, he struggled to overcome asthma and still struggles with stuttering. He earned his associate's degree in human services from Mohawk Valley Community College, accompanied by several awards for academic excellence. He earned his bachelor's degree in psychology from SUNY IT, earned a master's in education from the University of New England with a specialization of academic retention, academic motivation, specifically those of inmates. In February 2014, his PhD in education was conferred. Local officials tell Dr. Montgomery that he may be one of the first 5 men of color from Central New York to obtain a PhD. Dr. Montgomery's dissertation focused on students at risk of academic failure in English language arts. Along with being an IBO ranked basketball official, Dr. Montgomery holds a second-degree black belt and has a history of teaching Taekwondo. He taught a wide range of psychology and study skills courses. Over 35 years, he has spoken to many schools in New York on bullying, self-esteem, drug use, appropriate social circles, and the search and pursuit of academic excellence and the consequences of academic autonomy. To date, he has conducted over 65 academic workshops and seminars at collegiate levels. In 2015, Dr. Montgomery began providing workshops in the primary and secondary school environments to train and inspire faculty, administrators, and other key stakeholders how to motivate students across cultural lines. In 2008, he received Educator of the Year Award. In 2009, he was nominated for the prestigious SUNY Chancellor's Award for Excellence in Service. In 2015, he received the Outstanding Community Service Award from the Mohawk Valley Frontiers, Contribution to Black History from the NAACP, Contribution to Education and Community Service Award, and on May 26, 2015, he was honored with the Leadership Mohawk Valley Award for Leadership. In 2016, he was named the Grand Marshal for the Regional Independence Day Parade. And in 2017, he was named the Friend of Children of the Year for his efforts serving children with cancer. In 2019, he received the New York State Commendation for lasting contributions to community. His most recent award came from SUNY as they named him the Alumnus Emeritus for his alma mater for his efforts. In addition to keynoting SUNY Poly's convocation, he has keynoted several commencement addresses. Dr. Montgomery is a member of the Genesis Group and was recently Dean of Public and Human Services at his alma mater, Mohawk Valley Community College. He is an education consultant and a retention specialist. On July 1st, 2020, he was named to his first senior leadership position after being named the first Chief Diversity Officer in SUNY Poly history. In October of 2016, Dr. Montgomery provided his first TED Talk, Retention, the Powerful Hypothetical Construct. He has served on the Race Relations and Second Chance Committees with the District Attorney's Office. He has served as a board member of the Stanley Theater, Opiate Task Force, and serves on the Access and Inclusion Committee in Utica, New York. This past summer, he served on the Police Reform Committee for the city of Utica. He is the lead instructor of diversity trainings for the Oneida County Sheriff's Office. In 2011, with the help of his wife, Lisa, who happens to be a retired teacher of American history, Dr. Montgomery, a survivor of sarcoidosis, which is a bloodborne pulmonary disease found in the Montgomery experience, which was morphed into Joseph's experience, a not-for-profit which aims to positively impact children who suffer from diseases such as cancer and leukemia. Dr. Montgomery chairs this initiative. The organization also honors his brother Joe, who lost his battle to cancer. On August 26th of 2017, Dr. Montgomery completed a bicycle ride in all 62 counties of New York State to honor law enforcement, first responders, and those who suffer. He has dedicated his life to God and making a positive influence on the lives of others. His first book, under the theme of student retention, titled Painting the Academic Canvas with Students of Color, Assuming You Can Retain Them, was released in the spring of 2017. He is currently working on his second book, Curing Ignorance with a Dose of Cancer. It is my honor to introduce to you Dr. Montgomery.
Everybody on your feet, let's go, stand up. Good morning! Good morning! People are so weak in the valley. Good morning! Clap your hands, let's go, let's make some noise this morning. That's how you start the day. I don't know about you, but anytime I have the opportunity to spend some time with students, I get a little manic. I want to remind you all, first of all, why I'm here in the first place. And that is to learn from you. And to hopefully have the opportunity to meet each and every one of you. I am an incredibly blessed man. And every time I get up in the morning, everything works, it's all good. It's a great day. That's how I start right out of the gate. Today's message is under the umbrella of careers, but I really hope that an underlying current is going to be I see you. Say it back to me, I see you. Go.
I see you.
Say it again.
I see you.
When you talk about careers, you know, every time someone reads my biography, it is really humbling because there's no way that that's me. When you grow up on welfare, your dreams are taken from you. When you grow up on welfare, it is very, very difficult to have a sense of hope. When I graduated high school, it was by the hair of my chinny chin chin. And quite often when I do PowerPoint presentations or even big conferences, I'll put a picture up on the screen of myself roughly 11 years old. When I was a kid, we didn't have cell phones. I'm dating myself. I remember when skateboards got invented. It cost me a lot of injuries. Brand new clothes, we had hand-me-down clothes. And we just hoped that they were in halfway decent shape. I remember quite often being made fun of a lot when I was a kid because I really had a bad stuttering problem. And as a sidebar, a couple of weeks ago, I'm teaching a first-year seminar course, and I was telling students about my stuttering issue. And I was telling them how years ago when I keynoted a commencement address in Unadilla Valley, I was telling the people in the audience that there's words I can't even say. And I was trying to yesterday, as a matter of fact, and what happened? I started stuttering. So I went through the presentation with these students, and one student walked up to me who had a really difficult time speaking. And he shook my hand and he says, "Thank you for being an inspiration." I said, "You need to raise your standard if you consider me an inspiration." He says, "I want to know how you got over your stuttering." I said, "I never did." He says, "How have you been able to rise to a level of a sought-after speaker who's done all of these things. How do you do that with these issues that you have? And I said, the answer is simple. I don't see stuttering as an issue. It's part of who I am. That's really cool. When you're talking about careers, it's really important that you look at a career or you look at a job or you look at an avenue of your life as food. Anybody here like food? Oh, the good doctor's all about food. Trust me. But if you look at life and experiences like a buffet, you never really know what you're going to enjoy until you try it. And that's the key to life. Is looking out, looking at different things and saying, you know what, let me just take a sample of that and see how it tastes. The process of really excelling is being seen. I want to spend just a couple of minutes talking about what that means. And I wanted you to say it this morning. Because part of the issue when it comes to not just academic success, but personal growth and professional development is being seen. What does it mean to be seen? Many years ago, I had a student in my alternative education course named Sarah. And Sarah came into class on a regular basis, and she was wearing a gothic look, black hair, dark eyelashes, black eyeliner, black fingernails, dark clothing. She would sit by herself. And I noticed this for a couple weeks. And one day I said to her, Sarah, do me a favor, can you stop by my office during lunch? She says, am I in trouble? No. She comes up to the office and I said, so, what are you hiding? What do you mean? I understand this look, I got a psych degree. I understand a little bit about what you're doing. I just want to know the motive. She says, I don't exist. What does that mean? You don't exist? I don't exist. People don't say hi to me. They don't sit with me at lunch. They don't sit with me in class. I don't exist. So I said to her, whether it was brave or foolish, there's a fine line between the two. I said, I can fix this. You can't fix this. Oh, I can fix this. A couple days later, 1 o'clock in the morning, I wake my wife up about 1 o'clock in the morning. She was not very impressed. I said, I think I solved Sarah's issue. So I went back to the school the next day and I said to the students in the class, I have an assignment for you. It's going to take place over a week. If you do not subscribe to this assignment, I don't care what your average is, you fail my course. I want you to find Sarah when she gets off the school bus and just say hello. I want you to stop and see her during lunch and just say hello. I want you to see her on her way to the school bus and just say goodnight. 1 week. Amazing things happen when people see you. Over time, the hair went back to blonde. The colors became more vibrant. When I said I spoke at that commencement address, Sarah graduated that day, and I told that story. The art of professional and personal development is to make sure that you're seen. I don't care who you're dealing with in your daily lives. If you want to freak out the principal, stop by, give my contact and say, dude, I just want to tell you, I see you. I see you. Watch his react. I get nervous. It's amazing how kids have no idea how to speak. Yeah, when they leave, they have a ton of things to say, right? It's all good. But when you take the time to tell somebody, I just want to let you know that I see you. Watch the reaction to you. You exist. When you talk about your faculty and staff and your leadership, That's one of the things about being an ed leader that I am extremely proud of, is the quantity of interactions that I have with students. Trust me when I tell you that sometimes they think I'm crazy. And if you've ever seen me officiate basketball games, you know I have fun on the court. I talk smack to the players all during the game, but they never know. It's wonderful. But what I'm doing is I'm telling people that I see them. Years ago, I wanted to be a therapist. And one of the first things they told me in counseling techniques class, if you want to be approachable, wear something that says you are approachable. I cannot tell you how many strangers during the course of my week, whether I'm shopping, whether I'm walking around campus, hey doc, that's a cool tie. And what are they saying to you? They're not saying this is a cool tie. They're saying, do you see me? Thank you. Today, I've got some good news. On behalf of Central Valley Academy, I want to let you know that I see you. On behalf of your leadership team and your faculty and staff, we see you. The charge this morning is I want you to see each other. In order to do anything well, whether it's academic progress, and people often ask, how do you come from the bottom of your high school class and get a doctorate? Something had to have happened. Well, a few things had to happen. Well, would you believe the number one thing that got me going was somebody said, Mark, I believe it. You can do this. Yeah, but I understand that you were a D student in high school. I get that. But I hate school. I understand. And we had conversations with a few people about the power of dreams. And if I were to ask each and every one of you, I know you have dreams. The Bible says a man without a dream is dead. They all seem to be okay this morning. But we don't take enough time to talk to each other about dreams. We are really good about talking at each other, aren't we? And we have mastered the art of inappropriate conduct on social media. We are really good at that, aren't we? When's the last time you supported somebody? Just let them know, even if it's on social media. I see you. I challenge students all the time, and I challenge everybody here, if you have the courage, give me 5 minutes of your time. I will tell you 3 of your positive traits. 5 minutes is all the doctor needs. Once in a while, students accept that challenge. Why? Because those conversations are important, and they're not taking place enough. If you don't have any idea what the tools are in your toolbox, how on earth can you use them? It's that simple. It's good news. We can do this. I'd like to talk a little bit about what running a not-for-profit does, especially mine. 7 days a week, actually today, when I get back from Albany, I'm going to be over at Herborn. We're having a cup of coffee with a mother whose son had bone cancer. I see suffering 7 days a week by choice. A lot of people ask over many, many years I've been doing this, how do you do that? It is ridiculously inspirational. That's why I'm so excited for this thing in the morning. Does anybody else get up and look at the mirror and say, there you are? If you do, we probably I like you already. But he's got a really great point. Yeah, it's a jest. But you have got to get excited about you. One thing I've learned through not just leadership, but also through running charities is nobody is excited about your plan than you. So the first thing is you've got to have that plan. Students often, I know it really surprises you that I have a lot of mentees out there. It's a blessing, it's an honor to have students say, I would like you to guide my life. It is really mad cool. is an incredible responsibility because that means 7 days a week. I have to model what I'm seeking from my students. When I oversaw a department of faculty, I challenged my faculty. I want you to look at my social media footprint. I want you to see how I lead. I want you to watch what I do. And if there's anything out there that Dr. Montgomery does that is hypocritical, I need you to call me out. I remind everybody, no matter what you do, a mentor is critical. That is the silver bullet. I used to remind my sons, especially when they were your age and younger. My younger son was a knucklehead like his father. All kinds of trouble, oh man. And I would tell him all the time, Jordan, I'm amazed at what you know considering you can't feed yourself. What mentorship does, what modeling does, what seeking wisdom does, ultimately ends up with a really great word called inspiration. So instead of going to jail, my son is now working on his master's degree in social work with 2 daughters working full-time at school. Boys, as you know, are incredibly stubborn things with legs. The road to becoming a man is extremely difficult. It takes courage to stand and to say, I got this. I need to model myself in a certain way to gain respect. Doing the right thing, challenging yourself to do better takes courage. It takes dreams and it takes a vision. But this is great news. I used a word over the years called academic humbleness. And as you take the time to navigate the school, recognize that you are here because you don't know everything. That's a powerful thing. These people who are here charged with your leadership have something to give you. Demand it. You're worth it. One thing that working with this charity does, it reminds me 7 days a week of what's really important. When I go outside and I see green grass, I take the time to look at it. This weekend I'm in the woods 4-wheel. It's a beautiful sunny day to be out here. This is awesome. When you get up in the morning and you have that spirit, it's amazing how your day goes. When you remember how valuable you are. And once you start believing that, you will take off like a rocket to take care of yourselves and each other, which is the cornerstone of what I wanted you to understand this morning. I need you to be an oak tree. An oak tree is one of the most powerful hardwoods that the man upstairs ever produced. It stands tall. It is not very easy to knock over. So not only do I need you to be an oak, so I need you to learn how to stand tall and stand firm with your convictions. I need you to be ready so other people can lean on you. That takes courage. If you're like Dr. Montgomery, I have a message for students who require accessibility and disability services, like I did. Nobody puts limits on you. You determine how the game is played. Learn how to spend time with people who will tell you that your perceived deficits are actually your strength in disguise, and demand that they show you why. It takes courage to raise your hand and say, I need to have a conversation. I need some help. As I wind this down, you heard a little bit about my wife. Let me know when I get close to 5. I got 5 right now too, super. My wife is the greatest, classiest woman I've ever known. And there's nothing more exciting than when somebody who was in your life is asked about you and to watch the reaction. 36 years and she still says hi to me. It's a wonderful thing. She's also a 4th degree black belt master, which means Dr. Montgomery is not homely. But I'm going to challenge you all to start your day like I do. This is how we're going to act. Once more, I need you on your feet. I did it just silent. Really? Come on, man. Hands up. Whoa. That's it. Every time I go to my office, it is very rare that I forget. I have my cup of coffee, I put my hands in the air, and I say to the man upstairs, thank you for an awesome start to the day. Everything works. I got a great day. I then look across the room, and there's a picture of that gorgeous wife of mine. And I say out loud, I don't think it, which is why I wanted to start this conversation today, having you say it. I say out loud to that picture, I will not let you down today. Every day, I will not let my queen down today. I need you to find somebody in your life. I need you to look inward to yourself and have the courage to start your day. And say it out loud in the morning, I will not let you down today. And then get it done. You're worth it. Don't subscribe to the negativity. Have the courage to take care of yourselves. Have the courage to take care of each other. We as an educational entity are here to support you, to support your vision, and to support your dreams. We got this. Have yourself a great morning.